This was the second to last day of my European vacation. I woke up that morning and decided to go out a little bit, and I saw in the distance the mountains. And it looked really clear out there, and so I thought, well, I have a whole day. I might as well go and make one last adventure, in fact, for Switzerland, because the following day I was going to be flying back home. Now, you never know about the weather, but as I got closer and closer, the weather just seemed to be holding out and looked like it was going to be a gorgeous day. So you start driving around through Thun, and as you pass Thun, there's one of the two lakes, Lake Thun, that you can see in the background there. Eventually, you come very, very close to the lake, and you drive right alongside it. Gorgeous drive, and the view is pretty nice. So the road just pretty much follows along the lake, and I guess everyone's driving really safe here and soundly. You hardly ever see any accidents on the highway. There was some road construction, but pretty much just drive along the lakeside as you get closer and closer to the big mountains, and they start getting a little closer to the roadway as well. Eventually, you come to the end of Lake Thun, and you have to make a decision whether you want to continue driving up along Lake Brienz or head up through the valley. I chose the valley, and as you can see there on the right is where I was going to be headed, and the weather was still holding up. So after turning off of the main highway, you come through the town of Wilderswill. So it's a small little town. You can catch a couple of train connections there, and I've done that before, and you can go up to the mountains over to the left. But then eventually you start heading up through this valley, and that's where I was headed towards. Just a small little valley. The mountains get kind of a little closer and closer to you. But just a gorgeous day. We had to wait for a train to pass by, not an uncommon sight. As you can see, that's one of the trains that you can take up if you weren't going to take a car. And they come pretty frequently, but doesn't take long before they're finished and we could be on our way. So you keep following up the valley, going up further. You're actually going higher and higher every time. And it's just a nice drive to get up there. We're headed up to a little village. Well, it's not a little village any longer. It's actually a big village because of its popularity. It's called Grindlewald, and actually you can take a train all the way back from Wilderswill. You can go and take a train up to here as well. You can see the train tracks there on the left. It just winds up, and eventually you get up to this famous little village called Grindlewald. This is a very popular valley here of Grindlewald. There's a lot of winter sports, of course, and in the summer I love coming up here, and you can go up to the higher peaks and even the glacier over to the right. I decided you can't really there's not much of Grindlewald, the town itself. You can go there and visit, but for the most part you kind of park and then you go do adventuring stuff. Riding bikes, hiking, taking more trains, or even ski lifts that are operating in the summer to go up. So I just went to the train station and stopped there, and then you can just see this is sort of like almost like an entry point for the rest of the valley here. Over on the left are some of the big peaks, the Eiger, the Monk, and the Jungfrau, the young lady, and that's one of the highest points in Europe there to go visit. I've gone even up to that small little peak, which isn't that small once you get up there, but just a super nice little valley. You could spend days here. So after finishing visiting Grindlewald, I headed down the valley again. Down this side valley, I guess I have to say. You get down to the main valley, and then from there I took a left and headed up further, but around this mountainside here that's on the left. So this is the drive leaving from Grindlewald, coming back down, the one I had to drive up. And then eventually I made that left turn and headed back up the main valley. And this is a dead end. Just like Grindlewald is a dead end. You really can't drive any further from there. This is also a dead end. And this is another famous little village called Lauterbrunnen. It's famous because of the waterfall, as you can see there in the background as we come around this few chalets here. This waterfall's always pouring out all the time. It's just a gorgeous sight and quite a popular tourist center. But as you can see, this is the main road to go through. It's not, this is it. It's just this main road that you drive up through. And great places to eat, great places to stay. Just a nice place. So I decided to pass by the little village because it's kind of hard for parking and stuff, and I wanted to go see it just a little bit further and get away from some of the people and stuff that are here. So you start heading down here now. They were working on the old church steeple here on the right, as you can see. And yeah, I just headed down and past Lauterbrunnen, the village, and then I stopped over by a sort of a larger site or a field, and decided to take pictures from there. As you can see, there are also more waterfalls coming further up the valley too. So there's not just that one big one that's there by the village, but there's several other ones. And this is also a popular base jumping site where they sky sail from the edge of the cliffs down to the valley and land. It's just super, super nice. Up on the left, there is also a tramway you can take up to get up to those mountains, to the Jungfrau, the Eiger, and the Monk. It's just a spectacular little place to jump around and go from one place to the next. I parked over here by the fields and kind of hung out a little bit. So after that, I decided to drive back up, drove through the little village of Lauterbrunnen. I think I had lunch, so I stopped off and had some lunch in here. It's just super nice. It wasn't too crowded actually. It could be very, very crowded in the high season of summer and stuff. But yeah, just a cute little village. Then I started heading down the valley. Over to the right, you can see the Aqua Blue River. It's very, very cold water, but very, very, very nice. Again, on the right, you could see the train tracks. You can take a train all the way down there from the base and drive up through. And just nice pastures, more waterfalls, more water, frankly, just pouring off the sides of the mountains. Just gorgeous, gorgeous land. Then eventually I got back up on the highway and started heading. My decision was to drive now on the other side of the lake. It's a little less picturesque, but you get these little peekaboo views as you drive along the mountainside. And eventually it does come down to the side of the lake. Just super nice. There's not much on the right-hand side because it's just mountainside right on your right side. But there are a couple places where you can turn off, as you can see, and you could have a picnic or take in the view. Just very, very nice, winding. A lot of bicyclists, but that's okay. They deserve to be on the road as well. A couple of these places, the mountain just literally, they just carved it and left it kind of hanging over the side of the road. Makes it very, very, very nice. So this is the other side of Lake Dune. There's also tunnels, as you can see. Some places where they just couldn't go around the mountain, they decided to go through it. So yeah, it's kind of a fun drive too. It's a lot slower. It's about twice as slow, but still nice. You can see some of the waters even coming off the mountain here on the roadway. Up there in the distance, you can see that pyramid-shaped mountain is called the Matterhorn. And they say that if you can see the peak, it's a nice day. If it's cloudy or you can't see the peak, then it's a bad day. So we just continued through here. You drive through all these carved mountains right through the hillside, and it just peeks out, and you're driving alongside the lake again. It's unfortunate that on this side, being on the right-hand side, there's not too many places you can pull off. Most of the places are on this side or on the left side. So you got to kind of judge if you're going to use those spots then. And yeah, just a gorgeous, and all these little, there's a couple little places here that are actually for rent or private houses that are built on the water there. How nice would it be to spend a week there and enjoy the view? As I got closer, we're starting to head towards the end of the lake, and that is then the city of Thun. And this is Lake Thun. And I was in no rush. I let motorcycles pass me. And just, it's a perfectly nice road. Eventually, now we're in the city of Thun. There was some construction, so didn't hinder me too much. I had to go this way anyhow, the way they had it detoured. And it being, and I said there was a couple other people also out on the road. As you can see up ahead here, this is the castle of Thun. I still have not gone and visited that. Should go and visit that the next time and go see that castle and see what's inside. Would be kind of nice. So yeah, just drove up here. This was all detour, and it was actually good. It was for my way. The other side, you have to go somewhere else through the city. So just meandered here through the city. Then eventually I started, after Thun, you drive through the Bern sort of lowlands. And then eventually I was heading back home now, back to Morigen, where my uncle lives. And it's just nice farmland and fields, just rolling fields. You can take the Autobahn, but this is just as nice a road. Just gorgeous country. You don't have to worry about traffic or much of anything else other than the beautiful drive, and heading back home. It's still a pretty lengthy drive out back to Morigen, but who could complain? So yeah, this is the road now finally going up to my uncle's house. It's the turn off from the main road, and just come up, come down, and into the garage, straighten up the car. Later that evening, we were having a very nice ending meal, and so I decided to go out to the garden and photograph some of the flowers and plants that Marianne grows in her garden. And it was just a nice sunsetting day again. Nice way to finish off the day after going up in the mountains. Photographing these plants very close, and critters that were crawling around. It was just a nice finish to the day. We decided to have a nice dinner for the last time, and the clouds kind of rolled in a little bit, and this is more of my uncle's house here, and yeah, just the clouds kind of rolled through as the sun set, and there we are on the lake as well. The Bielersee.